Hi my dear students, I welcome you all for your video class. Today I am going to teach you Geography chapter 3 Motions of the Earth. In this topic we'll discuss what is mean by two motions of the earth, then orbital plane, then we'll discuss circle of elimination, then what is mean by leap year, then causes of rotation and revolution, and so many things. Okay. Children, every day we notice that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Isn't it, children? Yes, of course. We are always conscious of the apparent movement of the sun, but very little realize that the earth on which we live is constantly in motion. When the sun disappears, we say that the sun sets, isn't it? While when it emerges, we say that sun rises. But we are not the least aware of the sun. In actual, does not rise or set. In fact, the sun is stationary and the earth is moving constantly. Clear, children? Or you understand what I am telling? We notice that sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But we are always conscious of the apparent movement of the sun. But very little realize that the earth on which we live is constantly in motion. Clear? When the sun disappears, we say that the sun sets. While when it emerges, we say that the sun rises. But we are not the least aware that the sun in actual does not rise or set. In fact, the sun is stationary and the earth is moving constantly. Or you understand what I am telling? We have studied in the previous chapters also that the earth is a planet which moves around the sun. To understand this concept, we can take an example. Suppose you are traveling by a train. While seeing outside, you will observe that the things and features outside the train seem to be moving in the opposite direction. Have you ever noticed, children? But in reality, the features and things outside the train are static. Clear? While the train is moving. In the similar way, we are moving with the earth, but the sun and other stars are static. Clear? As you have studied in the first chapter, the earth planet has two motions. What are they, children? One is rotation and another one is revolution. Okay? Okay, students. What does mean by rotation? You might have seen a top that spins on its own axis. Have you ever seen the top? Likewise, our earth is also spinning on its axis. Clear? This continuous spinning of the earth on its axis is called rotation. The movement of the earth on its axis called as what? Rotation. Clear, children? Once again I'll repeat. What does mean by rotation? Rotation is the movement of the earth on its axis. Clear? It rotates from west to east. Which direction it rotates? It rotates from west to east. The earth rotates on its axis once in 24 hours. This period of earth rotation is called as what, children? Is called as Earth Day. Clear? Children, are you understand what I am telling? Children, are you cleared with that? What is meant by rotation? The movement of the earth on its axis. Clear? Okay. Next we'll discuss inclination of the earth axis. The axis of the earth on which the earth spins is only an imaginary line. Why we have imaginary lines in our globe, children? Because to locate places easily. For that sake only we are having imaginary lines on the globe. Clear? The axis of the earth on which the earth spins is only an imaginary line. Mainly that line joins the North Pole and the South Pole. Clear? The axis of the earth is tilted from the vertical line which passes through the center of the earth at an angle of 23.5 degrees right or 66.5 degree left from the plane of its orbit. Clear, children? Once again I'll repeat. The axis of the earth, which is an imaginary line, makes an angle of 66.5 degree with its orbital plane. Just see the diagram 3.1, children. Then you understand. Okay. The plane formed by the orbit is known as orbital plane. Then the angle of inclination of the earth axis is always remains the same. Do you know that, children? This tilts of 23.5 degree right from the vertical plane and 66.5 degree left from the orbital plane never changes. Okay. The inclination of the earth axis never follows the changing position of the earth during its revolution around the sun. The tilt always remains in the northeastern direction. This direction also never changes. Clear? At any point of the orbital plane, the axis is always parallel to its position at any other time of the year. Okay? Once again I'll repeat. The angle of inclination of the earth axis is always remains the same. This tilt of 23.5 degree right from the vertical plane and 66.5 degree left from the orbital plane. What is mean by orbital plane? Once again, the plane formed by the orbit is known as what? Orbital plane. Okay. The inclination of the earth axis never follows the changing direction of the earth due to its revolution around the sun. Okay. The tilt always remains in the northeastern direction. Okay. At any point of the orbital plane, the axis is always parallel to its position at any other time of the year. Now you clear? Students, are you cleared so far? Okay. Next we'll discuss circle of elimination. In that, the earth receives light from the where, children? Light from the sun. Okay. What is the shape of the earth? Yes, it is spherical in shape. Due to that shape, only one half side gets light from the sun at a time. While the portion facing the sun experiences day. Clear? On the other side, the sun experiences what? Night. Okay? Children, are you understand? The circle which divides the day from night on the globe is called what? Circle of elimination. The circle which divides the day from night on the globe is called circle of elimination. Clear? Occurrence of day and night is a continuous process. The sun is the only source of light and heat on the earth. Isn't it, children? Yes, of course. Since the earth is spherical in shape, so that only that half of its surface while facing the sun will be lit up by the sun rays. The portion of the earth facing the sun experiences what? Experiences day. In contrast, the other half that is away from the sun experiences what? Experiences night. This rotation gives us a period of heat and light as well as darkness. Clear, children? That is day and night. Now you cleared about rotation? Then another one, effects of the earth rotation. Rotation of the earth causes the deflection in the direction of winds and ocean currents. Rotation of the earth causes what, children? Causes the deflection in the direction of winds and ocean currents. Clear? Then rotation causes a centrifugal force that generates at the center of the earth and move away from the center. It causes the earth to have a slight bulge at the equator and flattening at the poles. Students, this is not given in a book. For your notice only I am saying, okay? That's all about the rotation of the earth. Okay, next we will discuss revolution. Okay students, what is mean by revolution? The movement of the earth around the sun in a fixed path or orbit is called what? Revolution. Once again I'll repeat children. The movement of the earth around the sun in a fixed path or orbit is called what? Revolution. Clear children? The earth takes 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 45 seconds to complete one revolution. Clear children? The earth takes how many days? 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 45 seconds to complete one rotation. One revolution. For our convenience, a normal year is considered to be 365 days. Clear? The revolution of the earth is also called the annual motion of the earth. Revolution of the earth is also called what? The revolution of the earth is also called the annual motion of the earth. Clear? The balance 5 hours 48 minutes and 45 seconds, that is almost 6 hours, isn't it? Is just adjusted. How it is adjusted? The balance of 6 hours becomes 24 hours or 1 day, isn't it children? On every 4th year, that is 6 hours into 4 times, that is 4th year, okay, equal to 24 hours. Clear children? This extra day is added to the month of February on every 4th year. This additional day is called what? Leap day. Clear? Therefore, on every 4th year, February is of 29 days instead of 28 days. That year has become 366 days. So, the year which has 366 days and has February of 29 days is called leap year. Now, you understand the concept of leap year, children? Okay. Leap year is always divisible by 4. For example, the year of 2012, 2016, 2020 or 2024 will be the leap year. Clear? Once again, I'll repeat, children. The earth takes 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 45 seconds to complete what? One revolution. Okay. For our convenience, a normal year is considered to be of how many days? 365 days. Clear children? Therefore, the revolution of the earth is also called what? Annual motion of the earth. The revolution of the earth is also called what? Annual motion of the earth. Okay. The balance of 5 hours, 48 minutes and 45 seconds, that is almost how many hours? Almost 6 hours is adjusted. How it is adjusted? The balance of 6 hours becomes 24 hours or 1 day. On every 4th year, how it is possible? 6 hours into 4 years. So, 6 into 4 equal to 24 hours. Okay. This extra day is added to the month of February on every 4th year. So, this additional day is called what? A leap day. Clear? Therefore, on every 4th year, that is February, is of 29 days instead of how many days? 28 days. Clear children, or you understand what I am telling? So that that year has 366 days. Okay. The year which has 366 days and has February of 29 days is called what? Is called a leap year. Clear children, or you understand? Then one important thing is leap year is always divisible by 4. Give some example for that. The year 2012, 16, 20, 2020 or 2024 will be the leap year. Clear, children? Students, are you understand so far what I am telling? Okay. Next we'll discuss the some facts about the revolution of the earth. Okay. The path along which the earth moves around the sun is called what? Orbit of the earth. Okay. Once again I'll repeat. The path along which the earth moves around the sun is called what? Orbit of the earth. Clear? That is, the earth is going around the sun in an dash orbit, elliptical orbit. Clear? Then the earth has its own fixed path. Already we know about that, isn't it? Then the orbital path of the earth is elliptical in shape. In which shape? Elliptical in shape. The earth moves around the sun from west to east direction. Okay. Then the earth revolves around the sun at a speed of about 30 km per second or about approximately 108,000 km per hour. Children, once again I'll repeat. The earth revolves around the sun at a speed of about 30 km per second or about 180,000 km per hour. Clear? The earth orbits is about 965 million kilometer long. These things not given in your book. Please make a note of it. Okay. The earth is inclined in the same direction throughout its orbit. The earth is inclined in the same direction throughout its orbit. Clear, children? That's all about the revolution. Next we'll discuss effects of the earth revolution, then difference between the rotation and revolution. Children, are you clear so far? Okay. First we'll discuss the differences between the rotation and revolution. Okay. What does mean by rotation? Once again, the spinning of the earth on its axis. That is called what? Rotation. Clear? The spinning of the earth on its own axis is called rotation. Okay. The movement of the earth around the sun is called what? Is called revolution. Once again I'll repeat. The movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. The spinning of the earth on its own axis is called rotation. Okay. To complete one rotation, the earth takes how many hours? 24 hours. That is one day. Okay. To complete one revolution of the earth takes 365 and quarter days. Clear? 365 and quarter days. Okay. The result of rotation is what? Day and night. Okay. The result of a revolution is what, children? Is the change in seasons. Okay. That's all about the differences between the rotation and revolution. Shall I once again I repeat? What does mean by rotation and revolution? Rotation is the spinning of the earth on its own axis. Revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. Okay. Rotation, to complete one rotation of the earth takes how many hours? 24 hours. To complete one revolution, the earth takes 365 days. Okay. The result of rotation is what? Day and night. The result of revolution is what? Change in seasons. Okay. That's all about the rotation and revolution. Okay. Are you clear so far? Okay. Next we'll discuss effects of the earth revolution. Occurrence of the seasons and varying length of day and night are the major effects of the revolution of the earth. Clear, children? Once again I'll repeat. The occurrence of seasons and varying length of day and night are the major effects of the revolution of the earth. Okay. First we'll discuss occurrence of seasons. Okay. These seasons play a very significant role in our life. Mainly they affect our life, but Have you ever thought that? How these seasons occur? Why do we have many seasons? In fact, they occur due to the effect of the revolution of the earth. The revolution of the earth together with the inclined axis determine the primary distribution of the solar energy over the earth and above all. Clear? It results in the changes of the seasons. Clear? The sun is our ultimate source of heat and energy. The change in intensity and concentration of its rays gives rise to what? Gives rise to seasons. We have 4 main seasons. What are they? Spring, autumn, summer and winter season. Clear? Seasons are mainly changes due to the changes in the position of the earth around the sun. How it is changes? Due to the changes in the position of the earth around the sun. Okay? Mainly the seasons are marked by solstice or equinox. Mainly the seasons are marked by solstice and equinox. Clear? Okay. What is meant by solstice? Solstice is mainly refers to the time when the midday sun is directly overhead at one of the tropics. Clear? What is meant by solstice once again? It refers to the time when the midday sun is directly overhead at one of the tropics. Once again, I'll repeat, children. Solstice is nothing but it refers to the time when the midday sun is directly overhead at one of the tropics, at either in Tropic of Cancer or in Tropic of Capricorn. That doesn't matter. Okay. We have 2 different types of solstice. One is summer solstice, another one is winter solstice. Okay, students, what is mean by summer solstice? It is on June 21st, the sun rays is directly overhead the Tropic of Cancer. That is above the equator. 0 degree is marked as a equator. Isn't it, children? Above the equator is Tropic of Cancer, then below the equator is Tropic of Capricorn. Are you clear with that? In that summer solstice on June 21st, the sun rays is directly overhead the Tropic of Cancer, and this time is considered as a what? Summer solstice. Okay. Now you cleared about the summer solstice. Summer solstice, are you cleared, children? Once again I'll repeat. On 21st June, the sun rays falls directly overhead on the Tropic of Cancer, and the particular time is considered as the summer solstice. Clear? Okay. Next we'll discuss winter solstice. What is mean by winter solstice? On December 22nd or 22nd December, the sun shines directly on the Tropic of Capricorn. Is known as what? Winter solstice. Okay. Are you clear? While on December 22nd, the sunshine directly falls on the Tropic of Capricorn. Is known as this time is considered as the winter solstice. Children, are you clear? And 21st June, the sun is directly overhead the Tropic of Cancer. That time is considered as the summer solstice. Okay. While on December 22nd, the sun shines directly on the Tropic of Capricorn, is known as winter solstice. Okay. Both summer and winter solstice occurs once in a year. Clear? Okay, students, what are the conditions prevalent in the northern and southern hemisphere during the summer solstice? Okay, we'll discuss that. Okay. During the summer solstice, the northern hemisphere inclines towards the sun and the southern hemisphere stays away from the sun. Okay. During the summer solstice, the northern hemisphere inclined towards the sun and the southern hemisphere stays away from the sun. Okay, then the sun rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Cancer while they are falling slanting on the Tropic of Capricorn. Are you clear, children, what I am telling? During the summer solstice, the northern hemisphere, just imagine, children, the northern hemisphere inclined towards the sun and the southern hemisphere stay away from the sun. Okay, the sun rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Cancer while they are slanting in the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, the northern hemisphere receives more light and heat from the sun as compared to the southern hemisphere. So it is summer in the northern hemisphere and the winter in the southern hemisphere. Children, are you clear? The areas near the poles receives less heat as the rays of the sun are slanting or straight? Slanting. Okay. In the northern hemisphere, days are longer than nights, while the condition is reversed in the southern hemispheres. Children, are you clear? 21st June is considered as the longest day and shortest night in the northern hemisphere, while it is shortest day and the longest night in the southern hemisphere. Now you understand the difference, children? Okay. Next, what are the conditions prevailing in the northern and southern hemisphere during the winter solstice? This time, the southern hemisphere inclined towards the sun while the northern hemisphere stays away from the sun. Okay, then the sun rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn and the slanting on the Tropic of Cancer. Isn't it, children? That reverse. Okay. Next, since the sun rays fall vertically at the Tropic of Capricorn, a larger portion of the southern hemisphere gets light. So, it is the summer in the southern hemisphere with the larger days and shorter nights, while this time winter is experienced in the northern hemisphere. Okay, especially on 22nd December is the longest day in the southern hemisphere, while it is the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. That is reverse. Okay, children, are you clear what I am telling? During the winter solstice, North Pole remains in the dark for about 6 months, while the South Pole receives sunlight for about 6 months. Because at this time the southern hemisphere inclined towards the sun, okay, and receives light throughout the year. Children, are you understand what I am telling? But this conditions is not given in a book. For your notice only I am saying, for your understand. Okay, for your understanding only I am saying this and all. It is not given in a book. These are the conditions prevail in the northern and southern hemisphere during winter and summer solstice. Okay, next we'll discuss equinox. What is mean by equinox, children? Equinox is a Latin word which means equal nights. Okay, which means what? Equal nights. Equinox occurs twice in a year. On which date? One is March 21st and September 23rd are considered as the spring equinox and autumnal equinox. Okay, children, are you understand? We have two equinox occur twice in a year. One is one equinox occurs March 21st, another one is September 23rd. In these 2 days, the sun rays directly falls on the equator. Okay, at this position, neither the poles is tilted towards the sun. So, the whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. So, this is called as what? Equinox. Clear, children? Or you understand what I am telling? Okay, now you understand? If the sun rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Cancer means that is summer solstice. If the sun rays falls vertically on the equator means equinox. You have to note the date also. If the sun rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn means that is winter solstice. Okay. Then on 23rd September, it is the autumn season in the northern hemisphere and the spring season in the southern hemisphere. Okay. That reverse in March 21st. When it is spring means, spring in the northern hemisphere means in the southern hemisphere autumn. Okay. And that's all about this chapter. These are the important topics. Then we'll discuss the one more question. The movement of the earth around the sun is known as what? Revolution. Then direct rays falls of the equator on 21st March. Okay. Christmas is celebrated in summer in Australia. Then cycles of the seasons is caused due to revolution. Okay. Next, filling the blanks. Leap year has how many days? 366 days. Daily motion of the earth is rotation. Then the earth travels around the sun in a dash orbit, elliptical orbit. What is the spelling of elliptical? ELLIPTICAL. Okay. Then the sun rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Dash on June 21st, Cancer. Okay. Days are shorter during which season? Yes, winter season. Okay. Students, are you cleared so far? Okay. I hope you all understand this chapter clearly. We'll see in next video class. Thank you, students.